Right, you know.
There's a huge difference between...
This is a tricky one.
You know, encouraging people, particularly women and particularly young women...
Body confidence.
Yes, to have body confidence. And there are cosmetic companies that actually promote that, whether it's, you know, people with caesarean scars and mastectomy scars or, you know, fat, age, etc., etc., so that actually we move away from the idealised Barbie type thing. But it is quite clear that this young woman is very, very overweight. And I think anything that makes obesity acceptable because of its health issues, we ought to be regarding it in the same way as we regarded smoking.
Welcome to my channel, Outspoken Samantha. If you are new here, welcome. I appreciate you clicking on the video to watch it, and since you are here, I would love it if you would help me to grow this channel and hit that subscribe button as well. And to those of you that are returning, welcome back. I truly do appreciate your continued support on my channel, and I hope that you are subscribed as well. So guys, I want to talk about pageants just for a second here. So just as a little blast from the past, I remember watching pageants as a kid with my mom, and I think we usually watched the Miss America pageant, and I remember seeing all of the beautiful women and them demonstrating their talents, and of course their beauty and the dresses were wonderful, and their public speaking, and everything was just so much fun. And my mom would make a list of all the contestants, and we'd try to guess who was going to win, and it was just a great memory. And I also know that everybody has their own opinions of pageants and whether or not they're actually empowering to women, or if they do set an unrealistic beauty standard or, you know, instill the wrong kind of values in women to make them think that how they look is more important than anything else. And I do get the criticisms of this industry in general, but as I've gotten older, and I know that I've mentioned in the past that I have been in the beauty industry for about 20 years in some capacity, whether working full time or just doing it on a contract basis, but I actually have gotten to do makeup and hair for pageant girls over the years, whether it be the teen girls or some of the older women, and it really has changed my opinion of these events. A lot of people still think of pageant women as women that all they really have going for them is their physical beauty, that there's not much going on upstairs, that they're kind of airheads. And I know something that pops into my brain a lot when I'm talking about or thinking about pageants is the movie Miss Congeniality, and this particular scene from that movie where Miss Rhode Island is asked, "What is your idea of a perfect..."
Describe your perfect date.
It's a tough one. I'd have to say April 25th, because it's not too hot, not too cold. All you need is a light jacket.
I think that's kind of what people think of, or at least the mindset or the perspective of these women that compete in these things. And full disclosure, I actually did compete in one pageant in my life, and it was in 2019. It was our state Mrs. pageant, and for me, it was more of a bucket list thing, just to do it, to say that I did it, just to have the experience. It was not something that I ever meant to be a lifelong pursuit. There are women that do these things over and over again, but I'm so glad I did it because the women that I met were truly inspirational and just amazing people. And all of that to say that the young women who compete in these things are generally very accomplished. They're bright, they're driven, they spend a lot of time involved in charities or involved in some kind of cause that they are passionate about, trying to bring awareness to it and give back in some way. They're also usually at the top of their classes in academics. Of course, the physical beauty aspect of it is important, but it's not the only thing that matters when advancing in these competitions. The girls and women who do well in these things generally just have to be strong and well-rounded as a person, as a whole, for the most part. The judges are looking for someone who has the whole package, beautiful on the inside and the outside, because it takes a certain kind of person to be driven to get involved in your community and to give back and to do well academically, as well as be driven and disciplined as a person to take care of yourself physically and show that physical health and wellness is important to you as well, and that how you present yourself matters. Whether you agree with pageants in general or not, I think we can all agree that this is just another program where there are certain standards that have to be met to do well, and if you choose not to meet those standards, then you accept that you will likely not earn the winning title. This is how it goes for all of these programs that are set aside where there's a specific goal to meet to earn a promotion or an award or a scholarship or a title. and there are just certain requirements that need to be met. And if you want to earn that thing, then you do the things that are needed to qualify for it. Because that's what equal opportunity is. The opportunity is open equally for everyone, but it's up to you to choose to work for it based on the standards that have been set. However, in today's clown world that we live in, the idea of actually earning something through your own hard work is seen as oppressive and discriminatory. And we actually just need to give awards and trophies to people least likely to earn these things through their own self-discipline and hard work, just so we can make them feel better. Sure, anyone can give things to people who actually put the time and effort in and choose to make sacrifices to reach the high standards that are set as the bar to qualify for the award. But that's just so unfair to people who have to sit back and watch and know that they won't earn an award based on their own lack of self-discipline and personal accountability. So instead, we just ask everybody else who did put the work in to step back and to just be understanding and be kind and tolerant by clapping and cheering for someone to win who didn't put any work or effort in. Exactly what happened this past week in the MissAlabama pageant, as a woman who is morbidly obese won the title simply because, at least in my opinion, we need to make her feel better.
She is Georgia.
So if we want to know a little bit about who this person is, I just want to go through this article from the Daily Mail. It says, plus-size model Sara Milliken, 23, is making headlines after being crowned Miss Alabama over the Memorial Day weekend. Sara is a plus-size model from Atmore, and her dream of becoming Miss Alabama has been 8 years in the making. This is not her first time competing in the pageant, as she competed for the crown twice before, scooping the win on her third try. She was 15 when she took part in a National American Miss pageant and wanted so desperately to win. However, was disappointed to find out she didn't place. Sharing her story on Instagram last week, she wrote, "At 16, I came back as a teen. I worked so hard and changed everything about myself. I became who I thought they wanted. Days before the pageant, I had a mean boy tell me I was too ugly to win. I was going to prove him wrong, so I went into a pageant weekend with fire under me. I didn't even place." She continued, "I was humiliated and hung my head low, thinking my non-placement meant one thing. He was right. I vowed never to compete again, so I didn't for 7 years. This weekend, I returned to the NAM stage to prove to myself I didn't give up. I could do this. I was more than the mean things that was said to me." You know, and it is sad that that boy said that to her when she was a teenager, because I know, especially when you're a teenager, those things can have a lasting impact. But when she said she changed everything about herself, I'm just wondering what it is that she changed in becoming the thing that she thought the pageant wanted. And she didn't compete again for 8 years, and in my opinion, the landscape has changed so much on what our standards are for excellence that actually not doing anything and not improving yourself in any way is what is rewarded. So she just happens to be at a particular time in history when we do reward things like obesity, and under this guise of inclusivity, we have to award and promote the most unhealthy and destructive behaviors. Just happen to pick a time when we're actually telling people that being obese is okay and that it needs to be celebrated, and that these things that actually cut your life significantly shorter and cause a whole slew of health issues to you, it's fine as long as you accept yourself and have confidence in yourself. I think this is actually confirmed as we go further into the article. It says, on her pageant profile, Sara revealed that she wanted to be the very first plus-size NAM Miss Alabama to show other women they can do anything they put their mind to. She added, "I plan to shatter glass ceilings in pageantry to create a path for other women to chase their dreams, no matter their shape or size." So it does say that she did score well in things like personality, confidence, and communication, but it seems like her platform was entirely on being the first plus size pageant winner to kind of shatter this glass ceiling about needing to be healthy and needing to be in shape in order to win these things. But I do want to contrast this by saying that I don't want women to think that they have to be a size 2 or that they have to have this Barbie physical shape in order to compete in these things. Because being healthy does look different on different women. So I think being fit, being healthy, being at a healthy body weight for your size are all things that we should strive for. But I don't think that going to the opposite end of the spectrum and going to the other extreme and saying that it doesn't matter what your health is, it doesn't matter what you are doing to your body, it doesn't matter how you present yourself physically, or don't need to be somebody who takes care of your body at all in order to win. It goes on to say the model is also a podcast host on Girls Gotta Glow, which aims to promote confidence and empower women. Hosted by Sara, the weekly podcast highlights conversations about topics ranging from body positivity, mental health, women's empowerment, and navigating girlhood. Its description on Spotify reveals that Sara aspires to be real, raw, and honest to inspire others to glow as their authentic self. And I have no problem with this woman wanting to be an inspiration to others, because regardless of your size, I don't want anybody feeling bad about themselves. I don't want anybody to be depressed about their size and about their health struggles and about the things that are more difficult for them that seem to be easier for others. Though I think it's really easy to kind of get that false idea when you see a woman that's in shape or seems to have it easier to maintain this perfect physique, when we know that that's not true either. It takes a lot of work to actually maintain that level of health. But when we're talking about body positivity and being your authentic self, what this is doing is promoting to young women that they don't have to take care of themselves at all. That whatever habits that they get into when it comes to their body, whether it be overeating or under-exercising or not moving at all, or not trying to take care of themselves or address these health issues, that is their authentic self, then that's where we get into this territory where we are promoting things that are dangerous, that are destructive, and then we're putting them in a gown and giving them a crown for doing it. Last thing I just wanted to go over in this article is that Sara admitted she was shocked by the hateful response to her win, but has since received an influx of support from across the world, gaining 2,500 followers across Instagram and Facebook in a single night. Posting to the official NAM Instagram page, she explained that she feels it's important to address what's going on. The winner wrote, "The things some people were saying are truly disgusting. I choose not to dwell on that." While she has been able to dust herself off, she stressed it is not as easy for other victims of cyberbullying, as she urged people to be kinder. She added, "The best way to prevent this from happening is by simply spreading kindness. Our mamas taught us best. If you can't say something nice, don't say nothing at all." No matter what your body looks like, no matter where you come from, you can do anything you set your mind to, Sara said following her victory. Yeah, except perhaps living past the age of 60. I know that the internet can be a really ugly place. I have had my share of trolls make some really fun comments to me, and it really doesn't faze me at all, but I get it, and it's not so easy for some people to brush those things off. You've got to have really, really thick skin. But to label all of these comments that are against her winning as hate, it just makes it really, really difficult to address the actual issue that people have, which is that this glorifies obesity, this glamorizes the idea of not taking care of yourself, of promoting unhealthy habits, and that if you do happen to become this size, that confidence is your issue and not the actual fact that your body is carrying far more weight than it can safely and healthfully handle. Guys, I just want to make it clear. The reason that it has gotten easier for mediocre people to win the highest awards is because we have this woke culture that is absolutely bent on destroying anything that pushes people to be better, to work harder, and to reach their potential as strong, successful, healthy human beings. Because success doesn't just come from winning this particular award or winning the scholarship. If you don't win, you still learn and grow along the way because you are trying to reach that high standard. You develop new skills and talents on that journey to trying to attain this goal, whether it be giving your time and energy to a charity or a cause or working on your mental and physical health. But if the standards are eliminated to the point where you can win by reaching none of the requirements that have been previously expected of these contestants or whatever it is, the award or whatever it is that you're going for, then you take away people's reason to even try. And you should want to do all these things, whether it be get involved in your communities or work on your mental and physical health for your own well-being. You should want to do it for yourself because these are just good things to do. But when the opposite behaviors are rewarded, then you are intentionally incentivizing people to be lazy, to embrace health conditions that are destructive and damaging, and you're discouraging people who want something to work for. The whole idea of body positivity and inclusivity are just slogans and talking points that are meant to normalize the worst behaviors and lifestyles. Promote this idea, particularly to the next generation of young people, that even if you embrace the most harmful way of living your life, you can and you should still be celebrated. You don't need to do anything to better yourself because you'll win just by showing up, while everyone else will clap and cheer for you. I would love to hear all of your thoughts on this in the comments below. Do you think that I'm being mean? Do you think I'm being too harsh on this woman? Why do you think that this has become something that is so accepted, and why is it being promoted? I just want to hear all the thoughts. Leave them in the comments below. Please be sure to hit that like button. Make sure that you are subscribed. I am trying to grow this channel. Keep it real, guys, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.